So once you're well into the editing process, you might find yourself having a moment where you think, oh crap, what have I gotten myself into? Because you slowly realize that you're not editing because of something that your friend said or even to polish it up to query an agent. You're getting it ready for everyone. And if you're like me, you might be a little weirded out by this and will probably start comparing yourself to other writers. For example, there are some writers whose stories are full of information and wisdom, things that will carry you through life. If we're comparing it to food, it's a plate that has all of the major food groups represented. It's got all the stuff that you're gonna need to sustain you. I could be completely wrong, but I don't think the nutritional value of my book is very high, if you know what I mean. And then there are these writers who every time they sit down to make something, it's groundbreaking. They're aiming for bestseller lists. They're aiming for awards. They are shooting for the moon here. If we go back to the food analogy, they're the fancy restaurants with the square white plates and the stuff is piled very high and thin. And then on the one side, there's a swoosh of sauce. And then the other side, this sprig of greenery that you're not really sure if you're supposed to eat or not. My book, it's not fancy pants. It's just not. So I sat down and I had to think, what kind of book am I giving you? And I finally figured it out. I am bringing you mac and cheese. I'm bringing you mac and cheese and mashed potatoes and apple pie. I am bringing you comfort food. Think about it, macaroni and cheese, not that great for you. And it's not gonna win any awards, but everybody goes back for seconds of macaroni and cheese. So when you and your best friend get in a fight and you need somewhere to hide for an hour, I've got the world for you. And when you and your best friend make back up and you need something to talk about, I've got a conversation starter. When you can't sleep at night or you're bored between classes, I've got a place for you to go. That's what I'm giving you. And after you mull all this over, you might realize that the dude with the food groups and the guy with the sprig of greenery can't write macaroni and cheese at all. They couldn't if they tried. So just because you can't do what they're doing doesn't mean that you should be down about what you're doing yourself. Nobody can write the books that I can. Nobody can write the way that I can. Those books are mine. And after a while, you start to feel kind of awesome. I'm serving up a batch of love, people. You better get hungry. I hit my hand in my awesome dance.